Hello, good evening, and welcome to the best and brightest audience in all of the fountain pen community. You, the cursive literate. So happy to have you here. So happy to be back. I am absolutely live this evening after having been recorded live last week, which, by the way, was a really interesting experience. It was a lot of fun to do that. I recorded it the Sunday before the show because I wanted something to be up for you guys, and I didn't want to just put up something that was like 20 minutes. I wanted to put an actual show up. So I streamed to myself. It was very lonely, actually, but it was a lot of fun. We looked at the Asvine V800 fountain pen, which was really, I think, fantastic to see it in real time, don't you think? And all the mistakes, the little ink mishaps, those kind of things happen, especially when you're filming, because your attention is sort of on making a nice presentation rather than your kind of skills at filling a fountain pen to whatever extent you have those, especially with a vac, because vac filling can always go really, really wrong. And I will be the first one to admit that. But I had a blast making that. And then I went to see my daughter in her choral event, and she sang, and then it turned 8 o'clock. I was still there, and I was able to chat for a few moments and kind of see how things were going. And I think you guys really enjoyed it, so we might do that again sometime. So thank you and welcome. Welcome to all. I see many of the usual suspects are in the chat this evening. It's always a pleasure to see people like David Pearsons and Tom Morley and Debbie, who's always lovely to see. Who else is here? I see Terry's here, which is fantastic. I know a lot of you catch the replay, which is why I leave the replays up. Scott Lasky, lovely guy with incredible print handwriting. Scott Lasky, he does these word searches. His print is just enviable. It's just so good. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. That helps to keep the YouTube algorithm fed and happy. So thanks for that. I do appreciate it. I have a few things I want to talk about tonight. I want to sort of speak a little bit about my pen collecting strategy for the next year, how I'm looking at things. It's a different turn, I think, for me. I have talked a very long time about pens that I'm not keeping and whether or not to sell them. So I will be posting some on Instagram. I have given a bunch of pens away. A whole lot. I gave away 2 Mont Blanc pens. That was very freeing. It was very nice. I gave them to a fantastic home. It's my wife's cousin's son. I know he's family, but I'm not sure what that makes him to me. I just call him family. He's a lovely, lovely guy. Well, kid really, young fellow, but happy to give those to him. Lovely guy. So, yeah, and I have some others. I want to talk a little bit of sort of my pen journey and where I'm at, both in what I'm looking to add, how I'm thinking about it, and sharing some things with you, and also some of the stuff that I'm working on, because I have been working quite a bit too, sort of at a maddening pace. I have a lot of really interesting things planned. I was speaking to the members over the weekend. I have chats behind the scenes too, and I release those to all members, Ambassador, Cognoscenti, and Illuminati levels. And I was talking about how normally when I release videos, I sort of mix in some easier stuff. Some things are a little easier for me to edit and do. Things like handwriting practices. Even some of my journaling videos are very emotional for me, and they're sort of tough in that way. But from making a video, I can use a lot of footage that I've collected over the years of me journaling, and it looks really nice. So I haven't been doing a lot of that this year. It's been much more sort of pen reviews and lists that are very specific and kind of high concept, what I call high concept, a lot of editing and things like that. So I haven't really given myself a break, which I guess is good and bad because it's a lot, but I love it. I love it so much. I love this community. I love the feedback I get from you guys. I love being creative. I've learned some new editing techniques that you'll see very soon in some videos. I do post about 2 months out. I might have to move some up because I'm pretty posted out. Like I just finished filming with one of my pens and it's not airing until my birthday, the middle of May. So that's pretty insane. But let me talk a little bit. I always like to show kind of the pens I'm using. So let's talk a little bit of pens and then I'll get back into some more video talk too. I should talk about something very important and I'll show it to you right now and then I'll get back to the pens. Look at that. Who missed that? Who missed this? Do you guys recognize this? Come on. Who missed it? I know somebody had to miss it. You know what I'm talking about? Did anybody catch my short that I put up over the weekend? So I did put it in the title of this video. I called it Desk Drama. So let me tell you what that refers to. I couldn't take the cubby hole roll top. It's not really roll top. I don't know, secretary desk. I couldn't really take the secretary desk anymore. I didn't have enough real estate. It was really bothering me. And what was comforting at first became a liability. So I liked having this wall of wood with the drawers around me for a long time. I guess I lasted about a year, almost a year to the day. And but after a while, it started to wear on me a bit. I didn't have enough real estate for my arms, for my bigger projects. I couldn't do B-roll on it really easily. Even showing me writing from my favorite angle, I couldn't do. You couldn't really see me writing on that desk. So I swapped it out. I put it in the corner, but I have since moved it onto the porch, which is not a bad place for it. I don't know how long it's going to stay out there, but what's nice is I can still film with it when I need to. It's still a great organizer and it looks pretty out there. But the best part is I used to get water on my porch and I redid the roof just before all the big storms came. We had 2 feet of snow at least twice, rain, all sorts of wet. Right before all that happened, I redid the roof. It had the wrong slope. We redid that. Not me. You know, I hired people. I couldn't do it. But the best part is that there was water occasionally leaking between the kitchen and the study, right in the archway, because the new part of the house and the old part of the house wasn't properly flashed. And around the window up top wasn't. So I had all that done. But it would also drip down and end up on the porch. So now the porch is dry. So now it's sitting in a spot that I really couldn't use in the past. And I'm going to really fix up the porch and make it really nice. I'm really excited about that. So it's going to stay there for a while, but it might end up in our guest bedroom because I think our guests, which is mostly my mother-in-law, would like to have a nice desk perhaps when she visits. So there you have it. So that is the desk drama. I'll get back to a little more desk drama, but damn it, Mother reminds me that it is St. Patrick's Day as I film this, and I am wearing the green. So happy St. Patrick's to all of you who celebrate. I should be drinking Guinness right now, but it would make me sleepy, and I am shot out of a cannon at the moment. So thank you for that reminder, and happy St. Patrick's to all those who celebrate. Everyone's Irish today. So the desk is back and I never threw it away, and I think that tells you something, and I think we need to listen to these things about ourselves. When you can't let go of something. It's telling you something. And I do love having this much real estate. I mean, I used to spread out maps and tarot cards and multiple books if I was doing a little bit of research for the channel or something, or handwriting, all kinds of stuff. I can get back to doing that. I can paint here. I am super excited. I feel like it's going to free me from some of the limitations of a smaller desk. Even though I don't want to give that away either, it's still here and it's still performing a very good function. So there's that. And then there's my hair. Look at that, huh? Grows fast, doesn't it? What's this side? Look at that wave. The great wave right there. Ah, yes. Yes, the great wave. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll probably trim it up again. Don't really have a plan for it. I think I'm going to go a little longer. I don't know how, but I thought it would make me look older if I grew my hair out. I feel like it's having the opposite effect. I'm a little self-conscious about my age, a little bit. It's just weird to be almost 60. I never thought I'd be that old. And I mean, I should be grateful. I have a lot of hair. Many people don't at this age. I don't look particularly old or tired yet. I credit that to having children later in life. I didn't have a chance for all that anxiety and fear of your kids growing up to set in to my face. So I'm generally pretty happy with who I am at this point in my life. But there you have it. I'm getting nice comments on the hair. Thank you. I appreciate that. A little vanity never hurt anyone, I guess, right? People consider 60 young. 60 gets younger all the time. So thank you for that. So yes, very happy. So I have been kind of playing with a lot of pens lately. And one in particular, this is sort of my cushy pen case. So I have my 147 in here, which we're all well acquainted with. I really love this pen. It makes me not care about the new burgundies when I have a Bordeaux from the 90s. It's a 147, which is basically a 146 in dimensions. It's a great pen. It's got a great nib. It's just cartridge filled. That's the only difference. I don't really care. I have kind of mixes of red ink in here. It's also a fine, which I rather like. I never had fines, especially in Mont Blanc. So pretty happy about that. I use this pen a lot. And then I have my Pilot Custom Urushi, which is just gorgeous. I mean, wow. Look how nice this is. Look, I can put the paper like really far up. Pilot Custom Urushi, very lovely pen. Let me get rid of me. I'm kind of in the way. Sorry. There you go. Look at that nib. It's so pretty. The converter could be nicer, but you know, it works. But the Urushi color is so pretty. I mean, it's such a nice material. I never post this. I can't imagine if you could. I think I have Konpeki in here. It's so soft. Nice scribing noise. Pretty nice, huh? Look at that. It has a very bouncy nib. It's got sort of an M1000 thing going. Look how pretty that is. I think they did a little better with Ecamm. Do you notice it seems to be focusing better on details closer. You remember I had to go really far? Seems like I can go closer. Okay, not too close. No, not that close. How about if I do that? No, it does my hand. There it is. It's about there. That seems to be the depth of field. But that's better than it used to be. But this is such a brilliant pen. It's sort of as wet as you want it to be. Depending on how much pressure. I don't put a lot of pressure. But it's so pretty. You might remember I got it at the Atlas Stationer's sidewalk sale last summer, last August. Got to make a decision whether or not I'm going again this year. I'm thinking about sitting this year out, but I'm not sure. The only reason is I can't go every year as much as I would like to, but also because my wife has a big birthday this year. So we want to celebrate somewhere in July. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, let me show you a few more pens and then we'll talk some more as things go. This is my Parisian Montblanc 149. I've been using this a lot. It has a fine nib. It has midnight blue in it, which is a nice ink. You can see it's almost black. It's pretty nice. This is a great business pen, and I took it to work today. I was signing some documents. It's great for that. This is one that Kirk Spear worked on for me. When I first got it, like many Montblanc pens, it didn't write very well, but my friend Kirk Spear, once again at the Atlas Sidewalk sale, did a brilliant job. And now it's one of my best. So, very nice. Hey, Terry. It was great. I spent a lot of time with Terry. It was great seeing you. Thanks for all the thumbs up, guys. I see that too. Terry's talking about the sidewalk sale in Chicago. So, Midnight Blue, good color. I recommend it. Okay. So let me talk a little bit about a weird pen. You're going to see this on the channel very soon. I'm going to do a full review very soon too. Oh, don't slip away from me, pen. I want to keep you nice. So this came courtesy. Let me try that again. This came courtesy of Joost Appelboom. So he sent a box with a bunch of pens in it, and I was actually floored by the quality and the generosity that Joost sent. Now this is a Pelikan M809. Pelikan M809. A stealthy Pelikan. This actually just went on one of my lists. By the way, look at that. You see that? For one thing, you can see that I need to put more ink in it. But there's really something to be said for that. It tells you how much I'm writing with it. But look at the old school ink window. I mean, how great is that? I love it. I just absolutely adore details like that. Oh, it's a K. So what I like about cursive, you can turn your C into another letter if you need to without anyone knowing, unless you say it out loud like I just did. Oh, sorry. So this is somewhat of a rare beast in my collection because the nib is broad. Now, broad nibs are so nice for signing your name, which is a lot of what I do. It's pretty great. Pretty good. So, in a lot of ways, I kind of get it. You know, Joost, who sent me this pen, and must have them available, I imagine. He always told me that my nib choices are boring. And that's why he sent broad, because he hates that I write in medium. And he writes in broad. And I know Neil deGrasse Tyson writes in broad. And I never understood the appeal of broad. I see its power now. I get it. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be super thick. It can be a little more dialed back if you're kind of disciplined with it. It looks really pretty. Yeah, it's really nice. You know, you can still write small. It's just kind of a thicker line. I'm trying to catch the edge to get a little bit more. There it is. A little more like line variation. Sort of like a stub. Oh, it's so good. It's just so good. Like, I kind of get it. Like, you know, fine is nice. That's a medium. This is a fine. This is a broad. I mean, it's got real presence. You know, real presence. Yeah, I really love the way this writes. That's a good line. It's a really good line. Now, what's wacky about this is why would you take an 18 karat nib pen and cover it with one color like this? It's not a gold color. I mean, it's black, right? I have to do a bit more research as to what material this black is. Is it PVC? Is it some kind of metal? What is it? But it's kind of mad that they're covering an 18 karat gold nib. Why would you cover gold? Why? I mean, if it's gold, wouldn't you want it to show? I don't get it. But I do get it because it's got presence. It's cool. This is a pen with authority. This paper's kind of bad. You know that? I'm not that crazy about this paper. This is Penco composition notebook. It's okay, but it bleeds through quite a bit. Do you see that? You know, it's kind of like, I like that it's crazy. It's mad. But what is it also? It has authority, elegance, I would say a hint of danger, mystery, I don't think we'd be saying that if it was just a regular nib from Pelican. And it's still so pretty. Even without the shiny reflectiveness. Look at that. The swirls, the Pelican logo, set in black. And this makes it, look at that ink window. Isn't that so cool? Oh, it's so cool. It's got a retro feel to it. I do try not to say cool. I try not to say cool because I feel like it's too much of a shortcut when you could describe things with more specificity. You could say this is a very dignified pen. It has a lot of authority, a bit of mystery with the color. It's toned down, so it's a bit more under the radar. It whispers rather than screams. It's elegance. I could say all that, but I could also say it's just really cool because it actually is. This is actually literally... It's just literally cool. It just is. I mean, look at that. It's so cool. It just is. It's a pretty fantastic pen. So I can start sort of parlaying this into our main topic. But hold that thought, because I haven't told you what's coming up this week on our show. So this Thursday, on my usual release day at noon Thursday Boston time, comes a new video, and it's on Hannes Wittstein. You know Hannes Wittstein, and if you don't, then you'll be delighted with this video. He's the guy who designed the Lamy Studio. And he was a very interesting guy. And he designed a very interesting pen that I have not really looked at until now. You may have seen me on the live show holding it up a few times. I didn't say too much about it. I was sort of coalescing all my thoughts. I wanted to distill it down into a video. But now it's ready to rock. It's coming out this week, and it's on the Lamy Studio, and it's very much a history of Hannes Wittstein and his design of the studio, and pretty much everything you could ever possibly want to know about the Lamy Studio in my style. You know how I do it. Bit of history, bit of heritage, design, and a nice comprehensive review. So that comes this Thursday at noon with the Lamy Studio, which I am absolutely delighted to share with you. And I'm also delighted to thank Mary Madden with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. She says, Gravitas, bold nibs, love them. Oh, Gravitas is doing some amazing things. And Mary, thank you so much for helping to keep the lights on. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Gravitas is actually one of those brands that I am looking to add to my collection this year, which I'll talk about in a minute. This week's video on the Lamy Studio next week is something so many of you have been waiting for, and I appreciate all the comments and the DMs. And it's my review of the Galen leather journal cover. So I think you'll adore that too. The concept is you don't have to spend $300 at Louise Carmen when you can get something from Galen leather that's top notch from wonderful people. And then I also speak about my leather cover journaling system and what I've been doing with it. So I think you'll find that doubly interesting next week. I hope. I like it. So I hope you do too. I do appreciate it. But yes, so my pen collection this year is going more into the interesting and exotic and not necessarily by price. In fact, I'm a bit put off by some of the prices. You've heard me. You've heard me talk about prices, and of course tariffs and inflation very much out of control in the United States right now. So things are expensive. It makes me reevaluate, but it's also sort of a philosophical positioning for me. And I want to mention something else really briefly that ties into this. And that is, I am starting another YouTube channel, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's along this line, so this thread will tie up at the end. I've been wanting to start another channel. You've heard me speak about it, but I didn't think I could do it because this channel, the Hemingway Jones Fountain Pen Community and Channel, it's all encompassing, it's wonderful, it's a lot of lovely, joyous work. I wanted to start another one, but I didn't know how until my 9-year-old daughter at breakfast in Concord at Cafe Nero said to me, I know how you could start another channel, Daddy. And I was like, okay, I didn't think I shouldn't say this, but I was like, she's 9. I wasn't expecting incredible insight. But on YouTube, it's a niche thing. I guess she's been paying attention to what I say and what I do. So she says, I know how you can do it. And I was like, okay, how? And she said, do mostly shorts. If you want to do it, do shorts and then do some videos, longer form videos, a couple a month. Just do that. And I was like, that's brilliant. I was like, how did you get that idea? And she said that she watches this girl named Sophia, I think it is. I want to give her credit. I should have looked her up, but I think it's Sophia. And she does things where she buys costumes and she dresses in them and she dresses like characters and things. And her channel, if you go to it, is mostly shorts. And then she does an occasional video like once every 3 months or something, longer form. So then we were talking and it's like, well, I could take the shorts and talk about them in longer form and make it even more comprehensive. So this other channel is my menswear fashion channel I've been dying to start forever, that I put you poor people through occasionally when I release a video here that's not about fountain pens, inks, journals, and journaling, but suddenly is about a sweater, a pair of pants, or some such. And I have so many of those written that I haven't produced because that's not what I do here. And I get it. And I don't want you guys to be bored or disenfranchised by me pursuing side quests. But if I start another channel and I do them over there and you want to see them, you can watch them over there and I think you'll enjoy it. I do need to recognize a super chat and then I'll get back to how this ties up to what I was saying. Timely behavior. Hey, how are you? $8. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm about to start a handwriting journal after watching your vid on it in an effort to improve my letter forming. Any advice not in vid? Ooh, I'd have to go back and watch the vid to see what I say there. But I think, and thank you so much for helping to keep the lights on. I appreciate it. I think that it's exposing yourself and researching different types of handwriting will honestly keep you inspired to try different letter forms. You can see I connect many of my words together sometimes, like I was doing earlier. I just enjoy that. That's something I learned from seeing people doing it in the 19th century. So yeah, just make it your course of study, and I think it'll reap benefits. So timely behavior, thanks so much. It's very, very sweet. Okay, so this menswear fashion channel of mine, the whole idea and the way kind of I dress and the way I think about clothes is something that I'm adapting to how I think about fountain pens. And in my wardrobe, I have pieces, and many of them I have had for decades. I love owning things. I don't necessarily like getting rid of them unless they tear or something terrible happens. So, and even then sometimes, but you need to be presentable, right? I love the idea of having really nice garments, not cheap stuff. I don't buy disposable clothes. I spend a little extra money on clothes. My style, very consistently for the past, 50 years, has been kind of East Coast preppy, if I were to simplify it. Classic men's style, that kind of influence. You buy a piece, it goes through a cycle, you wear it, and it has its history, and it has that history with you. And you remember all the times you've worn it. It starts to really come alive when it gets a bit of age on it. Oxford shirts start to break down. They get a little frayed. They become perfect for weekend wear. Maybe you don't take it to the office anymore, but it's okay. Some are great to just beat up. I have pairs of khakis that are 15 years old. I have shoes that are 30 years old. I have a trench coat I bought in the 1980s. I have some things very, very long. Polo shirts wear out. They just do. They get gross after a while, or you just spill stuff on them and they have to go. But most things I have, barber jackets I've had for years and years and years. And bean boots. I have a pair of bean boots I bought in the early 1990s. They're 30-something years old. Still have the original bottoms. I mean, I think these are things that you need to live in. That your clothes shouldn't be wearing you. You need to wear them. They need to kind of conform to your body, conform to your aesthetic, and just have a history with you. So how does this pertain to fountain pens? It does. I don't want to think of them as disposable. And whether or not I do think of them that way, if I act like they're disposable, then I may as well. So whether it's a Hongdian M2 or an Asvine or a Mont Blanc or a Pelican, to me, it has inherent value as a complex artistic mechanism that conveys my dreams onto paper, that transforms thought into word form that you recognize as symbols and can read my little EKG cursive handwriting, and I pass my thought on to you, or I store it in a journal for some future person, probably in the family, to discover one day and go, wow, what a freak show Daddy was, or whatever. But hey, that's fine. So I am fascinated by that. I think that fountain pens deserve reverence and respect, no matter what they are. And I don't want to just kind of acquire it, show it to you, make a video, and then get rid of it. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to hold on to every pen, but I think it's very respectful to rehome it, to sell it or give it away to someone and not necessarily hold on to it just for the sake of it, unless I need it to film. But that's just when you have a YouTube channel. You do need things to film. So my collecting vision now is for interesting things with a value proposition. I'm really trying to find the value. And I've always looked at a broad base of fountain pens. From the inception of this channel, I've done inexpensive pens all the way up to expensive pens. And I get a little bit of a bad rap sometimes when people say that I only review expensive pens, which isn't true. Tonight I look really embarrassingly, an embarrassment of riches in my fountain pens I've showed you so far this evening. But I've shown everything right from the beginning, Kaweco's, Jinhao's, everything. Most of the Jinhao's were terrible. That was the one thing I've had problems with. Jinhao and I don't get along, but Hongdian and I get along. Asvine and I get along. If it's interesting and it has somewhat of a story, I'll tell it. So, I got a super chat, and it's from my dear friend, Isaac Cohen. $20. Thank you. Love this guy. He's such a great guy. You must have a massive walk-in closet if you have items from the 80s. You should kickstart the channel with a tour of the closet. Ooh, that's a great concept. Thank you so much. $20 too. Thanks for helping to keep the lights on. So let me go back to that and kind of address that a little bit. I do kind of have a big closet. My bedroom has, I guess you call it eaves, right? It slants down the roof. So there's a bar across at the front, which my wife and we divide it in half, and that's kind of our active clothes, and it's pretty wide. And then in the back, there's two bars that are low, and that's where we store some of our stuff we don't wear as much. So winter shirts and things will go back there, and summer come out. But then I also have the guest room closet goes the whole length, and then there's eaves too, and all that is also stuff. But not just mine, my wife's too. And I probably held on to too many suits. I have about 20 suits, and I don't wear suits very often. I should probably let some of those go. Bankers don't wear suits like we used to. So that's the only thing. But yeah, I have a lot of clothes. But see, that's the thing I like about this other channel is I can make videos on clothes I have. I know them really, really well. And I don't have to buy anything. I'm just tired of buying things. Just a little burnt out on consumerism, even for myself and for the channel. MPJS. Oh, it's Marcus Souza. How are you? Late, but I'm here. I appreciate it. Nice to see you. Thanks for the super chat. I should have recognized your icon, but you changed your name there, Marcus. Nice to see you. Thanks so much. You're always such a great support to me in the channel. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I want to talk about things I have and why I have them and the story behind them. And I have some interesting insights. So if you are into clothes as much as you're into pens, you want to learn the history of something like an Oxford shirt or a blazer and how to wear it and maybe just some ideas on it and sort of get more comfortable with it. It's not about putting on airs. It's about being appropriately dressed for the right occasions. So I'm still working on the title. I'm leaning heavily toward Faded Aristocracy, which was the name of my clothing brand that I never started. But I always liked this idea that there's like this aristocracy, but it was many, many years ago, and now you're just sort of living off the remnants of it. You're wearing your grandparents' clothes, and they're comfortable, and you kind of have that insouciance, that relaxed authority, that relaxed chill and cool and comfortableness in any situation. That was my idea. So I might call it that, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's show some more pens. But I'm excited for that. Look for that soon. It's probably going to be in a couple weeks. I'm already filming stuff. Gosh, I really love this. Can you guys let me know what you think of the Pelican M809? Are you excited for the video? It's coming. This is another one that I'll be filming with very soon. There it goes. I feel like it needs to be cleaner. Look at that. Wah. Anyway, Blue Dew, Wet Noodle, beautiful pen, Konpeki ink. You can post it if you want to. Why not? Well, because it's really long if you do. Oops, a little railroading. Great. It's going to die on me. Well, not that great for the Blue Dew, huh? Well, okay. There you have it. We'll put that in the video. Here's another one that I filmed with very recently. This is the Mayfair. This is a really fun pen. It's the Noldor in Jade Mermaid. This has something very special about it. I can't wait to tell you, but you're going to have to wait. But this is a good, interesting pen. Something to think about. It gives you a lot to think about. I love that. I love when stuff... did you see that ink I squirted? It was pretty great. So this video comes up in May at this point, unless I move it up. And I may move it up because I'm wicked excited about it. I just am. It's just a really interesting pen. Much more than I thought. I actually thought the shape was a little challenging. At first I was kind of like, I don't know about that. But then I realized it gives you certain advantages. Certain advantages. Let me show you some other stuff. So with my pens, I definitely want them to be lived in. I want them to be ones that I use in heavy rotation, or I'm going to pass them along. That's fine. V800 never lets me down, do you? A very nice pen. I had kind of a cool T for a second there. Kind of cool. Yeah. I don't know if I like that Y. I've been signing. I don't actually sign my name like this, but I do for letters because I like the way it looks. And then I can go right into Hemingway Jones, which I also like. We do letters in the Pen Pal group. Asvine V800. Pretty great. I think the last one that I need to get to and show you very soon on the channel, and I gotta reach kind of far for it, is this. This also came from the mighty Yost Appelboom. I always forget how these open. Let me struggle in silence. Wah. I have to be careful. I recently was doing a video and I wanted to keep the packaging because it was really nice, and I tore through it like a madman and I ripped it up. So let's be careful. Minister Crowder, thank you. $5 super chat. Just got the Schaefer Coffee Edition. 2 pedestrian. Love it so much. Hoping Coffee Inc. lives up to the hype. Smells like coffee apparently. No, not at all. Plus, anything coffee is wicked fun. I am so into that. Nothing's too pedestrian. Nothing is beneath our consideration in this channel. Everything kind of inspires curiosity from me, personally. I just figured this box out off camera. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Hazel's writing a live as this, excuse me, Hazel's writing a letter as this live is going, which is fantastic because she's in the Pen Pal group. So I love it. I love the Pen Pal group. Look at this. Look at the waist. Is it corseted? Quite possibly. This gorgeous Scribo fountain pen. Ooh, another super chat. Thank you so much. James McNamara, thank you. $10. Appreciate it. I'll be in New York City a few weeks. Any pen stores you recommend visiting? I always go for pen shows. Now I got to think of pen stores. I would love to go to the Fountain Pen Hospital. I actually haven't been there myself. That's where I would go if I were you. Oh, look at that vintage style feed. That's gorgeous. But yeah, James, check that out for sure. Is this what kind of fill system does this have? I don't want to mess with it too much because I'm not really sure. It comes with a case. Nice. I don't know Scribo, guys. This is my first Scribo, and I haven't inked it yet, but I will soon. It's gorgeous. It looks very Italian. Very, very Italian. I really like this pen. Yost Appelboom. Beautiful. I told him I never wrote with a Scribo. I never imagined he'd send me one. It's really, really kind. What a great guy. So I'm very psyched. What are the other good New York City pen shops? Certainly the Fountain Pen Hospital. And then I know that, oh gosh, I can't remember the name. I can see it over there by Bryant Park. And it's a Japanese bookstore, and you go into the basement, and it's full of stationery. I can't remember its name. Oh boy. Maybe someone can help us out in the comments, in the chat. I'd appreciate it. So, you know, I am personally excited for what this year is going to bring in regards to my fountain pen journey. Inks, journals, inks, and anything else that I come upon. I think curiosity will continue to lead my way. I'm going to be less of a pen miser, though, and I'm going to move more along. I'm going to sell some. I'm going to give some away. Nothing like this, though. This one's staying. Look at this. It's so pretty. So pretty. Nice material. I love the story of Scribo. I'm going to have a great time with that. I don't always get to tell a good story, and I love to. That's the problem with like Asvine, Jinhao. There's not much to say. With this, there's so much to say. In a couple of weeks, you get a video on this, which I'm really excited about. The most underrated, underappreciated fountain pen brand of all time. If I were to choose just one brand and only use that brand for the rest of my life, actually, that would have been a great video, right? But let's think about it. Honestly, if I had to choose one brand, would it be Mont Blanc? I think it might be Waterman. Because then I get my Edson, I get an Expert, I get a Corinne, I get some great pens. So I can't wait to share this with you. It's an opera edition, so we're going to speak about the opera in Paris. And the history of this pen, that's in 2 weeks. So lots of really fun stuff. Lots of fun stuff coming up. That's one interesting comment. Todd says, if you ever sell your Mont Blanc Bohème, I'm your buyer. I know, right, Todd? I have two, as you know, and I do love them both. I can't imagine what would transpire for me to get rid of my Bohèmes. I just love those so much. They're such interesting, strange fountain pens, little clockworks of pens. Some of mine I'd never get rid of. It would be like my Cartier Diablo. And Mary, thank you. It's Kinokuniya. Of course it is. Why couldn't I think of that? Kinokuniya is one of my favorite pen shops. It's in the basement. It has a lot of really interesting stationery, a great selection of pens. It's where I bought my Lamy Vista, which I am very much over the moon still with. Such a great pen. Thank you, Mary. So this week's video, everyone, is the Lamy Studio and Hannes Wittstein, the great designer, and a bit on the design, on how it writes, everything. I'm really excited to share that with you. Next week, Galen Leather and its journal cover, which should be a lot of fun too. Great question. Why do I think Watchman is underappreciated? I'm mystified. I'm not sure I completely understand your question. Are you saying like they're not underappreciated? Because I think they are underappreciated. I think that a lot of people don't realize how much luxury you get. That you can still get a Corinne for $266 that's absolutely brilliant. That's as good as anything you could spend $800 for. That's why I feel like it's underappreciated. I feel like everyone, not everyone, I mean, it's funny when you say this. Like, I feel like everyone. It's like me imposing what I think on everyone. But you know what I mean. I'm speaking, casually. But if I were to give my list of like top 5 brands, it would be near the top always. Because I just love them so much. I love the value. I love the history. I love the design. And I just think they just do a really good job. So that's why I think they're underappreciated, personally. I don't know who would be overappreciated, though. Kaylee, that's a great... You're kind of inspiring me to think, what are the overexposed fountain pen brands? One of them would be Pilot, because Pilot's everywhere, but Pilot deserves every accolade it gets. I am always so impressed with the quality of their QC, considering how many units of fountain pens they put out there. Sincerely, guys. Wow. I can't believe this, but it's been an hour. How did that happen? This has been a whirlwind for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had an absolute blast. It's great to be live with you again. I love it so much. I love being with you all. It's always a pleasure. Thanks so much for all your support. And what can I say? We'll see each other. More shorts coming up this week. New channel coming up. New video on Thursday on the Lamy Studio. And who knows what else. If something huge breaks in the pen world, I'll pop on live and share it with you. So, thanks so much. Love you all. I'll see you all very soon, further up the road. And until then, take care of yourselves. Have a great night, and thanks.